Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Office Lovers, along Ryo Kaido's route. We are on Chapter 3, I Want to Kiss You. So do it! I want to kiss you too! But so far he has been true to his sadist nature. He's quite the tease and he's been mean to me very much. But we will break him, don't worry. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Good morning. Good morning, Dirili. What the? Oh my gosh. What's wrong? The girl next to me took one look at my face and went saucer-eyed. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? Your makeup. What? Did I do really bad makeup? My makeup? Oh. She pointed at me and then I remembered. Mr. Kaido had told me in the meeting yesterday that I'd never be anything more than an amateur. I couldn't stop thinking about that comment, so I decided to try and put some time and effort into my makeup routine this morning. I guess it didn't turn out well, but I just added a little bit more color to what I usually do. Too much, huh? Does it really look that bad? I'll go fix it. It's been a while since I've done up myself. I guess I'm a little rusty. Hey, wait, stop! Don't you dare fix it! It doesn't look bad at all. It looks really great, actually. She yanked on my sleeve and I sat back down. Oh, you scared the crap out of me, woman! Really? You're not lying to me, are you? She made me sound like I was dressed as a clown or something. With all of Mr. Kaido's insults being thrown at me, it looks like I've grown some tougher skin. It's just so much easier to have someone tell me the truth rather than skirt around it. I'm being totally serious. You just look so busy lately, so I never got the chance to tell you, but your makeup recently has made you look almost sickly. I was starting to get worried. But you look amazing today. You even look happier than usual. Thank you. I think she kind of overdid it with the praise. It's making me feel a little uncomfortable. But it's been ages since someone complimented my makeup. I'm so happy. Thanks. Well, I'll be at my desk. Okay, see you later. Women must have a really acute sense about other people's makeup. Oh, that's right. Do you mind if I ask you a question? What? When you paint your nails, what do you usually do? My nails? Something like this usually. She showed me her nails. I would like to have put a little more effort into it, though. It was a pearl white gradient color. The style was simple. It's simple, but really cute. Oh, why thank you. Are most of your polish colors a paler tone? Well, a lot of them are more of a nude, yeah. When I have work, I usually paint them a more demure color. But the girls in planning and advertising have put way more effort into their nails. I'm so jealous. Yeah, some of the places my friends work at are super strict about it. They can't even have a little bit of color. Not even a light pink? Nope, their bosses are really annoyed about it. They start calling them Your Majesty and stuff. I feel so bad for them. And they go to all that trouble to paint their nails just to get rid of it on Monday. They paint their nails just for the weekend? That's what they say anyway. You have to look your best when you're going out on the weekends. It's not rare for a company to not allow nail polish. Makeup is fine, just no nail color. Why? I see. I guess you're right. I guess it's the way the industry is. Our company is really lenient, though. But I suppose that there are some places that are strict about nail polish. Colors for work and for home. Demure colors. Thank you. This was super helpful. After thanking her, I ran off to start drafting new papers. I scurried along down the hall. Then from around the corner, someone bumped into me. What? I'm gonna fall! I closed my eyes and braced myself for the fall, but just then...
Whoa! Watch out there!
The person I bumped into caught me and stood me upright. Sorry.
Hey there! Don't run in the halls, young lady. Didn't you learn anything in school?
The voice sounded familiar, and when I looked up to see who it was...
Are you okay there?
Mr. Saijo, smiling pleasantly, stood before me. I'm so sorry. I was rushing around and then before I knew it. But thank you, Mr. Saijo. I was about to fall over there for a second.
No problem. But you're lucky I'm the one you ran into. If you had bumped into Kaido, you would have never heard the end of it.
Yeah. Unable to mention that's happened before, I smiled and glossed over the comment.
But this is like old times, isn't it?
What is?
You know, you're usually more put together than this. but sometimes that ditzy part of you manages to peek through. I'm starting to remember all the things about you from when we worked together in sales.
Oh, please don't. Let's just forget.
Sorry. But I just think it's cute. Isn't it nice to have this kind of intimacy with coworkers?
Oh, Mr. Saijo, please. Please stop.
But why are you in such a rush anyway?
I was looking for Mr. Kaido, actually.
Oh, he was called up to Mr. Otori's office. He'll probably be a while.
Oh, I didn't know that. My fingers still clutched around the papers. I hate to sigh, and Mr. Saijo cocked his head.
You look disappointed.
Well, a little. There are some documents I'd like him to look over. There's a meeting scheduled for later, so I'd like him to check them as soon as possible.
Oh, okay, I see.
He nodded his head, my answer proving satisfactory, and then stared at me. What?
Maybe it's nothing, but...
My makeup?
You looked so upset. I was getting worried. But the job is going well?
No, not at all. Mr. Kaido said some pretty harsh things to me at the meeting yesterday. He called me a pathetic amateur. Every day has so many downs and very few ups. As you can see, not a whole lot is going well. I sighed, and Mr. Saijo gave me a funny smile.
I don't know. It looks like you're having fun.
Yeah, I enjoy the abuse. Really? That's how it looks?
Yeah, it looks like you're having a blast. You always used to look so glum when you were in marketing. I was concerned for you. But now look at you. You seem more alive than ever before. But that might be because of your new makeup. It really looks great on you.
My makeup? Don't tell me you forgot already. I gently touched my cheek. Even Mr. Saijo noticed? I did change my makeup a bit. Is it that noticeable?
Well, it is noticeable, but not in a bad way. And don't worry about it, you look fine. This is a good change for you.
Really? Would he lie?
Yeah, but why did you suddenly decide to change your makeup?
Well, it was Mr. Kaido's advice. Mr. Kaido forced me to. Both are true. It was Mr. Kaido's advice.
Kaido is one talented man, isn't he? You look really good.
Thank you very much. Actually, someone this morning seemed really shocked that I had changed my makeup. Is it really that surprising?
Well, it's not just your makeup. Your whole face is just beaming now. Good girl. And girls that work hard deserve to be rewarded for their efforts.
What? Suddenly, he began to lovingly stroke my head. My eyes went wide with shock.
Oh, sorry about that. I guess it's pretty rude to stroke a girl's head like that.
But I enjoyed it. No, it's fine, I guess. But I want Mr. Kaido to be the one stroking my head right now. Has he always been this touchy with me? It's a little weird, I have to admit, but I'm happy he complimented me all the same. Thank you for that very special reward.
You're welcome. Glad you liked it. But it's tough for me.
He breathed out a sad sigh.
It's tough for me to see you run off to Mr. Kaido. I have to say I'm disappointed.
Huh? Don't talk like that. It's not like that with Mr. Kaido.
Alright. I'm sorry.
He gave a big laugh, then leaned down toward me and whispered in my ear.
But I'm being serious, you know.
Mr. Saijo! Just kidding, but I'm really serious. After hearing his poor excuse for a joke, my face flushed red.
We might not be able to date this time, but it might not be too late for the next project. You should pair up with me for our next assignment.
In your dreams, I'm not going to work with anyone who keeps on messing with me like this. Despite saying that, being around Mr. Saijo makes me feel at ease. Mr. Saijo laughed and began to walk away. I waved goodbye to him with a sad smile. Later that day, Mr. Kaido and I had our private meeting.
So, where is this amazing masterpiece you poured your heart into? Let me see it.
Right, here you are. I handed my finalized copy over to Mr. Kaido. After the conversation I had with that girl today, I'd taken a survey of all the women in the office. He hadn't even bothered reading my last report. He just tossed it out. Nervous beyond belief, I could only fidget and wait while Mr. Kaido looked over the papers. How's it looking so far?
Well, for a rushed job by an amateur, it isn't half bad. The fact that about 80% of the staff is interested in trendy colors is common knowledge. But what's interesting is that they'd only use colors on special occasions.
I thought so too. I did a brief street survey, but the results were almost identical to those of the office.
I see. Your skills in data collection are obviously without question.
Thank you very much, sir. He pushed his glasses higher up on his nose and looked at me quizzically.
And? Is that all? You're just showing me data. Isn't that exactly what you did yesterday? And I'm pretty sure I already gave you a satisfactory answer, did I not?
Yes? Judging from his reaction yesterday, the color is some shade of red, that much I know. And if I analyze the results from these surveys, I should be able to find the answer. I take a deep breath and looked him straight in the eyes. I believe that the color for the manicure set should be... I think the polish color should be... Sticking with red. I think we should stick with red.
I think you're right. Staying with the trend is a safe bet.
He gave me a nod of confirmation.
The base color is red, it's decided. But what kind of red?
How about something similar but not quite red, like a reddish pink maybe? I pulled out the color plan I made from the data I collected and set it before him. It'll have quite a bit of white glitter in it too, to give it that special Christmas feel. But I don't want this year's set to be for everyday use. It should be for special occasions.
And why exactly?
It says it all in the data. Girls don't want something they can use any old time. They're looking for something special, and that's not just for the data. When I buy a Christmas set, I'm looking for a color I can wear on a date or for an outing. Not a color I can wear every day. This is a product that comes out only once a year. It needs to be special. That's why I think it should be a reddish pink with white glitter. Those are my thoughts. I pushed the book of color samples towards him. He crossed his arms and shut his eyes and thought for a moment.
Dirili.
He opened his eyes and looked straight at me. Yes?
I never thought you'd come up with something like this in just one day. Well, little Miss Amateur, you might actually have what it takes. Not bad.
Thank you. With those words, all my struggles and strife were proved worthwhile. He still managed to sneak a snarky amateur comment in, but it's progress, I think.
Just one question.
A question? I gave him a confused look, and he flicked the papers before him.
This survey has the information about what color consumers want. But there's nothing about what kind of arrangement they might want. Why don't you conduct a survey about that?
I thought about doing a survey at first, but obviously, the more data we have, the more accurate we can be. But I thought about what Mr. Kaido had told me yesterday, and that's when I knew what I had to do. If I kept relying on surveys, I might as well just stay in marketing. If I kept doing the same thing over and over, I'll never improve. I have to pull from my own imagination and make something completely original. I thought about what I would do if I spent Christmas with a man I loved. What kind of nails would I want? I would be dressed in the trendiest clothes, with fashionable hair. I'd be spending the day with the man I love and trying to be as fashionable as possible. What color would I want my nails to be to finish off my look? It would need to be something cute but also mature and sexy. And the color I showed you is close to perfect.
Close to perfect, huh? So, not actually the perfect color then?
Well, there isn't anyone special in my life at the moment. So, it was hard to imagine the perfect ideal color without all those details. That's why I say close to perfect.
I see. It's good that you didn't just rely on the data. You added some originality. What the data tells us, and what some stranger says are irrelevant. Find out what your own color is.
Right. My overzealous response cracked his frigid expression. Oh, I guess he thought that was cute.
That ideal color of yours. I hope you can find it by next Christmas.
Next Christmas or this Christmas? Huh?
I highly doubt you're going to get a boyfriend by the end of this year.
Oh. Yeah, of course he just had to get in one more crack. Well, I can't deny that I'd had the same thought myself. His expression softened, and he gave me a sweet smile. My heart skipped a beat.
All right then. Present the new color plans at the next staff meeting.
Okay.
The data material is fine, but that proposal is amateurish at best. Redo it.
Right. Looks like I have to do another assignment, but he gave me the okay on my color proposal. Reveling in my momentary happiness, I noticed Mr. Kaido's eyes boring into me. Mr. Kaido? Do you want me to redo those data files after all?
No. After all that huffing and puffing and all those tantrums, why did you do your makeup today?
Oh, that's right. I was so nervous I had forgotten about the makeup.
And what exactly brought about this sudden change in appearance?
Well, I thought I'd take your advice. I figured you were right. It was pretty frustrating to hear you day in, day out commenting on my face.
Well, look at this. Little Miss Amateur has finally decided to grow up.
Sir, please, take back those amateur comments. Those comments you made came so out of left field, I didn't want to believe them at first. But after we started working together more, I realized you were just being straightforward about things that are actually hard to admit. It gave me the opportunity to really look at myself and realize what I needed to fix. Especially after you told me I'd never be anything more than an amateur. And when I did finally do my makeup properly, everyone liked it more than I expected. Plus, changing my makeup was a huge help in the decision for the color proposal. I feel like I'm starting to understand what Mr. Kaido was trying to say. Thank you.
Well, you certainly talk big. In any case, an important part of your job is now being able to comply with opinions that may sound absurd. And having your own opinions challenged is just as important. But more than anything, we need cooperation. We need to collaborate. But it's still not enough yet, is it?
Not enough?
Yeah, not quite there yet.
Is it my makeup he's talking about? Eyeliner? Or is it my rouge? Maybe I put them on wrong. But that stare of his is making me really uncomfortable. What isn't enough?
You don't think I'd really tell you for free, do you?
Hearing his cruel answer, I furrowed my brow. What are we in for?
Oh my, that's an awfully rebellious look you have on your face. What should you do when you ask someone for something?
Tell me? Please tell me. I hate to give him the satisfaction, but I can't help but be a little curious. Mr. Kaido, looking rather pleased, smiled at my stammering request.
You're being awfully docile today. Fine, if you're going to beg like that.
He stood up and came around close beside me and put his hand on the table. His fingers are so long and graceful, they're so much bigger than mine. Distracted by his hands, I was too late to notice what he was doing. His lips pressed against mine, and I froze, unable to process the situation. It's so hard to breathe. Before I knew it, his hand wrapped itself around my waist. I grabbed his suit and tried to push him off, but... His tongue slid into my mouth, and all the energy drained from my body. I couldn't breathe. My whole body began to tingle, and my vision began to blur, but then... With that soft sound of lip against lip, he finally pulled his mouth from mine. I couldn't breathe.
You're bright red.
His arms still wrapped around me. He traced my wet lips with his thumb. Why did you... My heart was pounding out of control, and my breath was ragged.
What? I was just answering your question. Now your makeup blends perfectly with your skin. You have that womanly glow.
He licked his lip, and my face was flushed. I kissed Mr. Kaido. Actually, Mr. Kaido kissed you. I touched my lips and looked up to find him glaring down at me.
That face. You do know what this is, right? That kiss was just to make you understand.
Sure it is.
It didn't mean what you think it meant.
It didn't mean what I think? So that kiss was just to prove to me that I wasn't womanly enough? That kiss was so deep, and his hands are still wrapped around me. All that to prove a point? I thought I was finally beginning to see a different side of him. He's disgusting. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to teach someone you hate so much. I should be angrier. That kiss should have sent me off the handle. So then, why am I more sad than anything else? As I was dealing with these foreign emotions...
However...
He slid his hand from my waist and took a step back.
I'd be lying if I said that kiss didn't mean anything.
What?
Try it. Try kissing me the way I kissed you.
What? His requests are getting even more demanding. Haha, I'll do it. I'll show you. I'm not backing down from a challenge. I'll do it. I'll show you I can. It sucks being on the receiving end of all his bullying. I'll have to give him a taste of it.
This is going to be fun.
He gave me a mean laugh, picked up his papers and walked to the door. Hey, where are you going? But before he left, he turned back to me as if he remembered something.
Dirili, fix your rouge.
Hearing his footsteps trail off, I covered my reddening cheeks as I glared at the door. I thought I was supposed to be kissing him. Why am I letting him walk off? Darned it, man. So I guess it was a challenge for later, but I wanted to do it now. Alright, well, next episode, Chapter 4, Connected by Love. Let's hope we get another kiss soon. I'm heading over there right now. Hope to see you there or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.